Hey guys, this is a continuation of the video that I created or made last time with regard to the application for visa or international student visa to Canada. So I'm going to share with you the requirements that I have submitted as a single applicant. So the first part is going to be my personal documents, and it includes the statement of purpose, or what they call SOP. And it was also required for me to submit my birth certificate, marriage certificate, NBI clearance from the Philippines, police clearance here in the UAE because I am in the UAE. But if you guys are in the Philippines, of course, you will get your police clearance from the Philippines, your letter of acceptance, the letter that you have received from your school, and your school tuition fee deposit receipt, because I did not pay for my full tuition fee yet, so this is just the deposit receipt. But it depends on you guys. If you want to pay for the whole semester, then you may attach the receipt that you have. And I also attached or included my digital photo and the passport and visa stamp that I have here in the UAE. Before I move on to the second part of the requirements, I want to share with you some of the information for my personal documents. So for SOP, or statement of purpose, this is where you have to explain why you want to study in Canada. It is a little bit about yourself, because there's no interview, guys, for the application of international student visa. So there's no face-to-face interview. So it's going to be all written. So you have to write really nicely and explain, elaborate everything. And for me, I can also share it with you guys later on if you really want to see some of examples of SOPs. And you have to include there a little bit about yourself, and then why are you choosing the school, why are you choosing that program, and then you have to show your statement of account, the breakdown of your show money, something like that. And also you can include the last part, your home ties, which is I'm going to share with you as well today. That is actually the reason why you are going back home. So if you will notice, that letter is actually to show the immigration that you just want to study in Canada. You're not going to stay there, and you are going back home after you study. So that is the goal, guys, that you have to show the immigration that you are not going to stay there. But what most people do is that they stay there after that, because when you study or choose a program for 2 years, then you get 3 years of PGWP, or postgraduate work permit. So that is our goal, to work there after we study. It's just that student visa application is the fastest and what people say is the easiest way to go to Canada if you really want to. And the second part is going to be our educational background. And here we can attach or upload our high school transcript of records, high school diploma, college transcript of records, and college diploma. And by the way, guys, I forgot to mention this, that I actually did DIY, or do it yourself. I did not really hire an agency for my application. I applied everything on my own. I chose my school, and then I emailed them directly to apply for the LOA, or letter of acceptance. And then I also sent all of my documents from the Philippines to Canada, because all of my documents are in the Philippines as well. And actually this is also one of the tricky part that we did, is that our application is actually from the Philippines. We had to show that we are in the Philippines. That's why we sent all of our documents from the Philippines. So That is also one of the things that we have learned from all of the DIY Facebook groups, that we should apply from the home country instead of applying from the UAE, because it's less complicated for the visa officers or immigration when they are going through our documents. But we still added there that we are working as an OFW in the UAE. So it's just that so many applicants or Filipino applicants who sent their application and added their address, like that they are in the Philippines, that they are in the UAE, and then they got rejected. So most of them got rejected. Only a few, maybe like 1 out of 10, I think, or 2 out of 10 got approved when they used the address here in the UAE. But most of the students applying from our home country, from the Philippines, they tend to get approved easily. So that was the path that we took. And the third part of our requirements is our employment documents. And here we have attached, or we uploaded, our current certificate of employment, our offer letter, and old certificate of employments if you guys have. The fourth part of our requirements is going to be our proof of financial capacity, and this includes our bank balance certificate. Here in the UAE, I have Emirates NBD. That is my bank. It's just a balance certificate, not really a statement of account, because I didn't really have salary that time when it was the time of pandemic. Our company got affected with the COVID situation, and so we were not really getting our salary, so I couldn't really get a statement of account, because they might, when I say they, the immigration might think that I'm not really getting salary here, I don't have a job, that's why I am moving to Canada. So I didn't want to give that impression. That's why I just got or applied for a balance certificate from my bank to submit for my application to Canada. And that has been accepted anyways, and I didn't have any issues about that because I got approved. And also for the pay slip, I added that for 6 months, although I didn't really get, or I wasn't really getting my salary in full. I was only getting like, I don't know, like just super less. It's not even enough for my house rent. But anyways, my company was very supportive, and they gave me a pay slip, and it says there that it's a full salary that I received, but not really. But yeah, so I had that, and then the gratuity calculation when I stopped working in my company, and that can be calculated or taken from the website of Dubai. And then part-time salary certificate or letter from the UAE. So I also tried to speak to my company and ask them if they can make a letter for me that I am going to work for them for part-time when I am in Canada. This is just like a supporting document, and just to support my financials as well when I'm already there. And my company supported me for that. They gave me a letter that they are going to hire me, or I am hired, or I got hired as a part-timer for my company, and I will be receiving, that means that I will be receiving an income or a monthly income from my company. Yeah, so that helped a lot. And the last part here is home ties or travel history. So I added or included my family photos or wedding photos who are the reason of my return to the Philippines. And I also used my husband because I'm not applying with my husband. I'm a single applicant, so I used my husband as my home tie that I'm going to go back for my husband and my family after graduating the program that I applied. And then I also added Pag-ibig Fund account, SSS employee or SSS account, just to show them that I'm paying for this because I have a plan to retire in the Philippines, something like that. I also added my deed of sale, mine and my mother-in-law's deed of sale, or land title, like that, if you guys have. But for us, like we didn't have it. We only had a deed of sale that is under our name, which means that we are going back because we have property, like we have a property there in the Philippines. Family photos, that my family are still in the Philippines, like my mom. I don't have my dad already, but I'm going back for my mom and my in-laws as well. Sun Life Insurance, it is a proof that I'm paying for my insurance, life insurance, and I have a plan to go back because I'm paying for it. And then travel stamps or photos. Why do we need travel stamps? This would show that we are like going to different countries already, or if we have, and we have been compliant with their government rules, and we didn't really have any issues when we stayed there or when we traveled in that foreign country. And I think that's all that we have submitted for my application. And if you guys have any questions about the application, please let me know, and I will create another video about the procedure, or like on how we applied everything step by step, on the first one that we have prepared, and then the next one, like like when you apply, what should you do first? Should I apply for the LOA first, or like what can I prepare while I am waiting for this, like that? Yeah, so there are also like websites that we have signed up with, and I am going to share with you that on my next video. See you.